We're using the TruPulse to shoot azimuth or angle functions. So using the arrows on the side, we're going to select the AZ setting in the TruPulse. Once we have the AZ setting set, we're then ready to shoot our compasses. It is important to note, it is a magnetic compass and will be affected by outside magnetic interference. So setting up a location, you need to keep those things in mind. This is just a quick demonstration of the things that can happen. I'm shooting at a stable target. I've got my azimuth function set. I bring my pencil in, and this will demonstrate what kind of an effect it has. I actually have about a 5-degree swing with the pencil there or the pencil removed. You just need to keep that in mind as you're doing your work in the field, that even small metal objects can have a profound effect on the compass for the TruPulse. When collecting angles, it's important to remember the most important angles that we're going to collect are going to be for the primary conductors, secondary conductors, and/or main communications or cable TV lines. Those impart the most load upon the pole, so it is critical that we collect those angles as accurately as possible. In this segment, we're going to go through how to use the TruPulse 360 to find azimuths or angles. You'll notice that I've installed for this routine a thumb trigger on my TruPulse 360. This is installed to give you stability of the instrument and also to try to remove any magnetic interference as far away from the device as possible. We're going to do this using offsets, so basically at this point we would establish an offset. We'll set up our TruPulse at a point where we can get a clean shot to all of our subject poles as much as possible. In this instance, I'm going to measure out a 48-inch offset from the face of the pole to my TruPulse 360. Keeping in mind that 48-inch offset, then I'm going to have my assistant Greg here go down to our next pole. He'll measure out that same 48 inches from that pole, and now we can shoot away from the pole and get a good clean azimuth without magnetic interference. So now I can shoot an exact angle from the pole I'm on to my target pole. So I'll set my TruPulse up into azimuth function and go ahead and center the target in the crosshairs and fire the device. Okay, that would collect one angle. Having shot our first pole, Greg's going to walk up and measure out 48 inches from the next pole, as demonstrated. Once again, in azimuth function, I would zero in on the stick where he's holding it at 48 inches off and fire the instrument, recording the azimuth that was captured by the instrument. In this case, we have a third pole that we need to measure. So I'll have Greg go over to our third pole and we'll measure off another 48-inch offset. Now in this case, I have to move my tripod so that I'm perpendicular with my pole that I'm working on here, so I can get a clean shot and a 48-inch offset to my next target pole. So again, notice we'll move the tripod, measure out 48 inches. We'll set up our tripod again at 48 inches. And now I'll have Greg go and measure 48 inches off of that pole. He establishes a target. We'll center on the post and shoot. And again, record the degrees that we'll enter later into SPIDA.